Do you have a friend who wants to know what happens to their body when taking Tadalafil? My name is Eduardo García Cruz. I'm a urologist. For more than 15 years I have been helping men who have problems in the sexual sphere. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you what it produces, right? What effect does Tadalafil have on your body? Tadalafil is a phosphodiesterase A5 inhibitor. It is a type of medication that basically what it is used for is to improve the erection when we have sexual desires. That is to say, if you take it, it will not improve your erection. You have to take it and be in an erotic situation for it to have any effect. Okay, but how does it work? Basically, Tadalafil is a medication that is taken orally. It is a pill. A tablet is taken. It reaches the stomach, and there it begins to dissolve and begins to be absorbed. Since you take it approximately 1 hour, and it reaches its maximum effect around 2 hours. The interesting thing about this medication is that it is effective from 2 hours to 36 hours later. Therefore, it has been called the weekend pill, because logically you take it on Friday night, and until Sunday morning you have the medicine circulating in your body. It is important to understand that this medication circulates in the body for 36 hours. Your body takes 36 hours to destroy it, and during those 36 hours, if you have desires, if you are in an erotic situation, if you are with your partner, that medicine will take effect. What effect will it produce? Well, it will make it easier for the arteries that are closed in the penis to open. That is to say, if you have a little bit of sexual desire, those arteries are going to open more quickly, and that is going to cause you to have an erection, to have a better erection with less erotic stimulation and for a longer time. What other effects can Tadalafil produce? Tadalafil improves sexual control in some studies. It has been shown that it can increase the time of intercourse, and in fact it is used. I use it in some patients who have premature ejaculation, especially in patients who have premature ejaculation. It is very important that I use it at the beginning to ensure the erection, and also so that they have better control. Then, through a series of steps, we remove the medication, but it is a medication that is useful in that circumstance. Another thing you have to know is that it is a medication that improves gas exchange in the lung, and also improves the function of your capillaries, and therefore is included in Tadalafil or sildenafil and this entire family of drugs such as doping, because what it does is improve. For example, in mountaineering, what Tadalafil helps you with is that your lung can extract oxygen from the air. So here in Barcelona, where we are filming, it is not important, but it is if you are at a high altitude. Tadalafil could help you extract more oxygen from the air, and therefore the possible complications of using Tadalafil. Tadalafil is a medication that comes from a family of phosphodiesterase 5 inhibitors that were investigated as a treatment for high blood pressure. Therefore, they are medications that are very bad hypotensive agents but do lower blood pressure a bit. I'll explain all this to you so that you can see that they are medications that were essentially used. What they were looking for is a cardioprotective treatment, and in fact some of these medications have been used. They are used in very serious heart diseases, such as pulmonary hypertension, which causes problems. Very important heart problems. Therefore, Tadalafil is a medication that does not cause heart problems. You may have seen this. You may have heard it on TV, whatever. But simply Tadalafil, this entire family of drugs does not cause heart problems. It has been super proven that they do not increase the risk of heart attack, neither the risk of angina pectoris nor sudden death, and we have data at 20 or 25 years of follow-up that demonstrate that in a completely convincing way. The side effects that you can have with Tadalafil all possibly come from the same concept. Tadalafil is a vasodilator. We have phosphodiesterase 5, which is the one in the penis, and it is the one that Tadalafil selectively inhibits. But there are other phosphodiesterases in the body, and when Tadalafil inhibits them, although it is much less effective, they can cause vasodilation, and that is why we have a headache. We can also have that sensation of turning red, or that the same dilation produces a drip, nose as if we were cold. Hey, Tadalafil can also cause stomach pain, heartburn, etc. It is the most common side effect of any drug. It is heartburn and headache, and Tadalafil can give it. And finally, a side effect that is very particular to Tadalafil is generalized muscle pain. It is not usually important, but it is something that can happen to you, and if it happens to you, just know that that is why. An important fact about the side effects of Tadalafil and this entire family of drugs is what is called tachyphylaxis. Tachyphylaxis is basically that the side effect disappears over time, and that is something that I recommend to my patients. If you start using Tadalafil and your head hurts a little, the normal thing is that if you continue using it for longer, the headache will decrease. Logically, if you have a side effect, very important, very intense, that incapacitates you, I would not recommend that you use it, but you should know that if the side effect is not very striking, the more times you use the drug, it will disappear. Regarding contraindications, there are basically two important contraindications. There are some other contraindications, especially related to serious eye diseases, but they are very rare. The two contraindications for using Tadalafil, one has to do with a contraindication regarding sex, not so much with respect to the drug. If you cannot climb 2 flights of stairs or cannot walk a kilometer quickly, if you do not have heart or respiratory failure that prevents you from dancing, for example, your heart may not be able to take on the effort that sexual intercourse entails, and therefore there is no point in using Tadalafil. The contraindication involving Tadalafil regarding the molecule would be the use of nitrates. Nitrates are medications that are used for the heart, often in the form of a patch or spray, sometimes under the tongue. If you use this type of medication for heart problems, then you cannot use Tadalafil in any way, because what Tadalafil with these medications does is cause arterial hypotension. If all of what I'm explaining interests you, and you want more information, I'll leave it here and in the description. And if you found this video useful, give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Do you know that at I Have a Friend, we have a lot of videos about sexuality, urology, and erection problems. All the best. Good morning.